over the last couple of months has basically been accused of
inappropriate behavior.
Yes, inappropriate behavior, let's just say, with up to about 30 women.
Of a non-halakhic variety.
Correct. And basically some rabbis tried to run him out of town, didn't quite quite work, and there's been a whole scandal around that and how it's been dealt with. Now the truth is that the JC actually did break that story. The JC had a very tiny little bit after Sukkot when the whole thing started. It was at the bottom of the page. It was literally this big, right? It didn't actually name him. Honestly, the first time I read it, I had no clue what it was talking about, and just if you didn't know what it was talking about, you just skipped over it. Where has this? They have followed it up now, but where is all the action? And I have to emphasize, it's hard to emphasize how big a deal this is in Golders Green and in Stamford Hill, because most of the 11 victims came from Stamford Hill. It's hard to emphasize how massive this is, completely consuming these neighborhoods, the Haredim in these neighborhoods at the moment. Where's all the action taking place? On a blog called If You Tickle Us, updated, run by an anonymous guy in Stamford Hill, who has been the first one to put up all the relevant documents. The comments, clearly many of them are rubbish, but many of them come from people who really know what's going on. There's no doubt that this blog, If You Tickle Us, has been absolutely instrumental in getting the rabbis to deal with this other rabbi, Rabbi Halper, the enormous frustration being expressed in the community, largely through this blog. So this is, for example, Monday the 24th of December. This is the latest important document, and he's been updating this now for several months. 4th of December, and then not just that, if you look at the comments, I just took them at random. This is I think this was 2 nights ago. I don't know how to explain this quickly. Basically, there was a little bit of a riot outside one of the rabbi's houses, and you can see, if you quickly read through these comments, there's literally a blow-by-blow account as it happens, right? Not afterwards, I was there and this is what happened, right? 2043, right? Reliable reports from inside that Diane Hudrug's not being allowed out, shouting can be heard on Golders Green Road, right? A few minutes later, latest, MH, Moshe Halpern, is blocking the door, shouting at Diane Hudrug. He cannot find the letter. It has charata, regret, for a previous letter they'd written. Will not allow him to leave the house. Alright, police now en route. Well, actually, that was true. Yes. Right, this is literally blow-by-blow account. Now, why is the Haredi sector in the UK really the only one that actually seems to have this kind of reporting on blogs, reporting and commentary? Why is it the only sector where the blogs are so important? It seems to me one of the obvious reasons is that they do not have, even though there are newspapers, there are newspapers which will not report everything and will not necessarily report scandalous material, so they actually need another outlet. And I think that is one of the reasons why it's really flourished there. And in a way, you can read the opposite to that as well. Why are British Jews not gone online in the same way? Maybe because we all enjoy complaining about the Jewish newspapers here in the UK and saying, oh, they're rubbish. And look at the figures, clearly these newspapers are, especially JC, is being abandoned. But I think you can say that for all its weaknesses, right, we actually do have a good thing. We do have 2 independent, lively newspapers that I think is very, very rare in the diaspora, and that clearly do fill some kind of local need.
Miriam, perhaps it's just worth putting that in context. Officially, the death bid of the Union of Orthodox Hebrew and the Gedolai HaTorah of the Gudas Yisrael at first the internet, they fostered it. But here you have, as you said, a blow-by-blow account. That is what I find, and that tells us a lot about the involuted sociology of what's going on in this pressure cooker.
Right, for sure.
Because officially it should all be Austin.
Correct. But actually, it's
except
this is exactly why they want to forbid it. Exactly.
Do we know who's, do you know who is If You Tickle Us?
Sorry, who is?
Who is behind the blog?
There was an email out to him recently. I don't know whether it's true or not, but there was a name, which I can't remember. So anyway, so just to finish up, I think it's
a heavenly...
It's a heavenly scribe.
Yes.
So in terms of blogs,
hold on a second. So let me just, my last comment, and then obviously this newspaper is always something that people have a lot of strong opinions about, and some have to open it up and sort of do what they want to say. But I think that, you know, for all our complaining about the newspapers, and there is a lot of it, I think we do have to think about what would happen if they weren't there, right? People say that these newspapers are dead. At the moment, it seems to me that here in the UK, we don't have something to properly replace them, right? There's maybe the seeds of something. You know, the internet, you look at what's happening with the internet overseas, but it